Websites.
There's too many dang letters on here, dang.
Hello there, world. My name is Austin Green. I'm an actor in the Pennsylvania DMV market, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about websites.
Words. Where's the place where they keep all of the most words?
As an actor, I was always skeptical. Like, do I really need a website? And I'm still not sure. But I tell you what, whenever I send people my website, I think it goes further than any other casting profile at showing who I am, because it's custom made by me to exhibit what I do. And a lot of these casting profiles are very general, and sometimes they charge you to update and things like that, which can make it costly and can kind of discourage exploration. And so the cool thing about purchasing a website is that I can customize it to my very will. And so I'm going to show you today what I did with my website, which is by no means, maybe these are just some ideas. I'm not telling you this is the industry standard way of doing it, but I think I've created a pretty nice website, and I'd love to share it with you. Are you ready? All right, let's do this. So, welcome to my homepage. Now, as you can see here, I have an About Me section. I have all my links to IMDb, Instagram, YouTube. I didn't add Facebook because I like to keep that more personal for myself. Again, I can customize this to my own liking. So I have an About Me section right here that takes you directly to a contact link so you can contact me. You can also see my resume very easily. It's displayed on the website visually, but you can also download it here in this little PDF. Now, all these things are really simple to do through the Wix website. That's what I used. It was a little pricey because I had to buy my own domain. This was last year, and I had to buy the website itself. It rung me up a little bit, but I will say that it was totally worth it, and I would do it again. And I kind of wish I did it sooner because Wix is very user-friendly, and I'm not very good with computers. So it made me feel smart as I was using it, whereas I feel like a different website designer might make me feel stupid. You know what I mean? Anyways, very easy to add a little PDF button. And if I click it, it would go up here, it would download, and I would have a copy of the resume for myself. All my casting profiles can be found here. Also, I have my biography, and within the biography, you can actually add links to the words, and you could click on them, and bang, it takes you to whatever I want you to go to. And so I had a lot of fun designing this to not only be user-friendly, but to exhibit all the things that I'm proud of. And that's what a website should really probably be. It's like, what are you proud of what you've done? And if you're really early on and you don't have too much of a body of work, you can take all of those community theater photos and put them up here, and maybe a video of you singing, a video of you doing some sort of special skill. For that very reason, I actually made a special skills section right here. I have a firearms, archery, and combat demo reel that I made specifically because I wanted to exhibit these skills. And a lot of times, the industry standard for an actor's demo reel is around 90 seconds. It can be more than that, but a lot of times, people are not going to watch past the 90-second mark because they get so many submissions. And so I figured, hey, I would just break up all the stuff that I've done into 90-second tidbits, because sometimes you feel like you're not exhibiting your full ability within 90 seconds, especially if you have to share those clips with other clips. So I made a skill-specific reel here, and I'm going to make more of those as I go along. Voiceover, I have kind of limited voiceover experience, but I've done a few projects, one of which is listed here. And musical abilities, ukulele, and I'm going to add guitar. I also have a vocal area here, me singing with my band. So if we go back to the homepage, as seen on TV, a lot of people have seen this Herz Chip commercial, which I think is really fun and kind of hilarious. I worked with a company called We Are Parody, and they were fantastic to work with. We were running around Philadelphia all day just eating chips and having a good time. And anyways, yeah, people have seen this commercial at Wawa's. They've seen it on TV. It's really bizarre how many eyes have probably been on this. It's not always obvious because as an actor, you just sort of do the job and you move on. And you forget that these things kind of have legs. But I have a little button here that takes you to all my commercials right next to it. I designed the homepage so that it would be an easy way to get a preview of each section. And hopefully you would click on the button and then see a more expanded version of of what it is that I've done or capable of doing. Got my Hershey Park Dark Knights commercial up here, like right from the top. I put the biggest names higher up so that they go, oh, look, you've worked with bigger companies, right? But also, as I've gone along, I've just worked with bigger and bigger companies as the years have gone by virtue of being more experienced. Food Bank of Pennsylvania with my son, Mr. Rowan. And so, yeah, I got a lot of my commercials there. And the homepage easily navigates you directly to whatever it is that you're trying to find. I tried to make it, again, palatable so that it wasn't overwhelming. It's hard when you have so many different things that you've done to make it not just, look at me, look at all these things I've done. I tried to make it so that it's not overwhelming. I booked a gig on the CW, Crime Nation. You can watch it here. Demo reels and clips. Again, that was a section designed more so, rather than skills, to break down the types of characters that I might be. Slasher Nurse. That's going to be released in February, so I'm really excited about that. Got to work with some names from the horror worlds, and so I was really excited about that. And the trailer plays directly on the page, but then you can also go to a section of trailers themselves. Now, the interesting thing is I have 5 films that are slated for a 2025 release. Robin Hood, Rogue of the Forest, Windbag, Slasher Nurse, and Whistle to the Maples. Not to mention Taffy Rita and the Rattlesnake, which I'm actually a co-producer of. Suji Cruz, Greg Papa, great people to work with. Whistle to the Maples, directed by Tom Romanold, produced by Brandon Salisbury. That was a really fun one because I got to work with Charlie Kraslovsky, who was from the original Resident Evil game, which made my nerd heart very happy. And you can actually see down here. I think it's worth mentioning stuff like this on your website, but the creative minds behind my latest feature film were mentioned on CNN, Fangoria, and BloodyDisgusting.com, which are that's a big deal. But it wasn't necessarily about the film that I'm working on or had worked on. It was about another film called George A. Romero's Resident Evil, and they were like number 800 on IMDb. They may have been higher up. I've never even broken the 100,000s, so that's very impressive for a Pennsylvania production to hit that hard. 5 horror movies to stream now. The New York Times. It's just important that people see that what you're doing is getting out there into the world. This is mentioning Project Eerie, which was a found footage film I worked on 2 years ago, I think. And they built quite an audience, so that was really cool. And you can go to my news section through this little link. Now, finally, I wanted to add a section for my band because a lot of people ask me about my band, and I tend to compartmentalize things in my life. I kind of have to just to survive because it's too much. I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm in a band, I'm a massage therapist, I'm an actor, and I'm doing all these things frequently. And so the overlap can get a little overwhelming. I really have to compartmentalize things. But I realized that the more I can connect all of these elements of my life, hopefully in a digestible way for an audience, the more power I really have. And so I thought I would add The Mimic to my acting website because we just released a music video, so I'm going to have to update this here. In the meantime, you can check out this video. The point of this website to me, because I go to a lot of websites and it looks like they haven't updated it for a year, it's important to me to exhibit that I'm up to something, that I'm working, that I'm improving over time. Another little tab you can go to here is my headshots, right at the top of the website. It's really the actor's calling card, and I have kind of theatrical headshots, but I also have commercially headshots. Here are some of my older headshots. And then I have these really silly, ridiculous ones, which are not industry standard, but are a lot of fun. And they're less like headshots and more just like character shots, something like that. I think exhibiting that I can do kind of theatrical, commercially shots from the top helps to loosen the person up enough to see this ridiculous character down here. I have stills from some of the movies I've worked on recently. I think when you're building a website, you want to be able to exhibit that you are moving in some sort of direction, that you have abilities that are complementary to your overall vision and goal, and that you're moving towards that goal, but that you're also capable of working laterally, right? And so that's what I tried to exhibit here. That might not be the best approach for you. I think for me at this time, this is the best I can do with what I got. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope this helps you to maybe have some creative ideas about making your website. In my personal opinion, the more you can make it unique to you, the better off you are. That's just my opinion. And I think sometimes sticking too close to the rules can get you in just as much trouble as breaking them. So, be yourself. Thank you very much.